A coalition of groups say Utah's air quality has been out of compliance with federal standards for years now, and enough is enough.
This has been going on for 10 years.
It's more important that we start thinking of this as a year-round situation that we have to address.
Virtually everyone who lives on the Wasatch Front recognizes that we already have a serious public health hazard in our air pollution.
Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment.
Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment.
Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment has analyzed a slew of new studies from around the world on the effects of air pollution.
In 2007, we started UPHE because at that time there was very little public dialogue or discussion about what kind of a health hazard our air pollution was. So a small group of physicians started studying the issue ourselves, and we were alarmed at what we found in the medical research. And we decided we had to spread that information with the community, and we've been at it ever since.
What's coming out of the exhaust pipes of our cars, out of the chimneys of our houses,
is going into our lungs, bloodstream, and brains, causing a grim laundry list of diseases.
Our organization has now mushroomed and grown to well over 3,000 members, well over 450 physicians. There is so much dirty energy buried in Utah that if we don't start leaving it in the ground, it'll have enormous climate implications for the entire globe. When we're not getting the solutions that we need, either from the legislature or the governor's office or any sort of avenue available to us, we're willing to take people to court to try and improve the air quality here on the Wasatch Front.
Now a Utah business is being targeted by environmentalists. They say the Diesel brothers are violating Utah's Clean Air Act.
This particular company is engaging in illegal activities that undermine, remove, or dismantle pollution control devices from diesel trucks.
A judge found these complaints to be true, something UPHE says is a good beginning in their fight against companies across the country hurting our air quality.
Without groups like UPHE, people just get away with it. So what gets me excited is to see a little justice done.
Turning trash into electricity, that's the plan a company is trying to sell to the city of Sandy.
It really is an incinerator by definition of state law and the EPA.
We have a birthright to breathe clean air, and you're selling that birthright.
We don't feel like the state agency has done their job in making sure that this is actually as benign a facility as they claim. And in fact, we think the evidence is that it's not benign at all.
A battle is brewing in Draper over a proposed expansion of Geneva Rock's gravel pit at the point of the mountain.
The particle pollution from gravel pits increases the susceptibility to tuberculosis and lung cancer, the group says.
Youth and infants and pregnant mothers are especially susceptible to dust particles in the air.
It's the dust that's the problem. 20% of all dementias have some link to air pollution.
The city voted to not allow a zoning change.
Our advocacy has raised the issue of air pollution and public health to the #1 issue among Utah voters when they go to the polls.
Activists are celebrating the closure of Stericycle's North Salt Lake Medical Waste Incinerator after operating for 33 years.
The closing of the incinerator at Stericycle is an important step for the safety of nearby communities.
The EPA eventually fined Stericycle $2.6 million.
A car parts company has reached a settlement with Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment to take some high-emission products off the market.
This is another victory of citizens being able to file lawsuits against companies that intentionally violate the Clean Air Act.
Stop the mine! Stop the mine!
No inland ports! No inland ports!
This organization, I think, has the knowledge and the voice of authority that can really lead our community towards a better environment. We got to make a difference.
You do not need to be a doctor to join this group. And so if you like our air and want to stay healthy, you can be part of our group.
I'm hoping that we are able to grow, to be educators, to be advocates for the environmental quality that we would like our children to have.
I would love to have Utah Physicians for a Healthy Environment have nothing left to do. We are going to keep fighting on behalf of everyone who lives here. And if we are successful in the things that we're battling for, then everyone's health is going to benefit from that.
Critical social movements often have a watershed event. Today is that event for clean air, clean energy, and a clean future for Utah.